The condo market in Toronto suburbs is rapidly starting to cool down. That's what I'm going to chat about today. My name is John Pasalis, president at Realosophy Realty. You can get all my latest writings on Toronto's housing market at movesmartly.com. If you find the video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest videos. So a lot of the attention on Toronto's housing market over the past couple of years, and even recently when we talk about the slowdown we're seeing in the market, has been usually on the low-rise housing market. I mean, the low-rise housing market in the suburbs, that's like semis, detached, and row houses, makes up a far greater share of the market. And that's, what we've been talking about when we hear about sort of this urban exodus, people leaving the core, moving to the suburbs. A lot of that has been in the low-rise housing market. But when we look at the statistics for Toronto's condo market, we see some very interesting and similar patterns. So this first chart is going to show the median price for a condominium across the 5 different regions of the GTA. So the suburban regions of Halton, Peel, Durham, and York, and the city of Toronto. And we're comparing now February 2020, which is the last month before the COVID-19 lockdowns, to February 2022. So 2-year gap. That was roughly the peak of this cycle. I mean, they may have gone up a little bit in March, but that's roughly the peak. So over 2 years, how have condominium prices changed across the GTA? And when we look at this chart, we see a very interesting trend. The first is that 2 years ago, before COVID, Toronto condo prices were actually greater than, of course, for the 4 other suburban regions. But that has completely changed since COVID. Since COVID, condo prices have actually in the suburbs surpassed City of Toronto condo prices. The only exception is Durham region, which is just slightly below City of Toronto condo prices. And when we look at the rate of appreciation in condo prices across the GTA, again, we see a very similar trend to the dynamics we saw in the low-rise market. Of course, City of Toronto is significantly below the other 5 regions, whereas Peel and York condo prices went up 40% in 2 years, Halton up 50%, in Durham region 69% growth, literally in 2 years. It's an unbelievable rate of appreciation. And again, these are very similar trends and dynamics we've seen in the low-rise market. Now, when we look at how condo prices have actually changed from February to May of this year, 2022, again, we're seeing actually very similar trends to what we're seeing in the low-rise market. Condo prices in Toronto on average have dipped a little bit, or the median prices, but we're seeing much bigger declines in the suburban markets, areas like Durham, Halton, and Peel, kind of close to 10+% declines literally in a few months. So we're seeing similar downward pressure in these markets. So, and I think these are important considerations, of course, for buyers, because if you're reading the headlines, you think this is just like a suburban low-rise home issue. You want to be really kind of mindful if you're buying a condo in the suburbs now. You do not want to be using comparables from February, because you're going to be overpaying. We want to be looking at most recent comparables if you're buying a condo in the suburbs, because the condo market in the suburbs is slowing down at a very, very similar rates to what we're seeing in the low-rise market. I hope you found the video helpful. If you have any questions, please post in the comments below or send me an email at askjohn@movesmartly.com.